There's a lot of confusion in the manifestation community about the purpose and function of feelings when it comes to manifestation. And I have a video on that, which I will put on the end card for you to watch after this one. But today I wanted to talk about not so much the function of your feelings, because that's explained in the other video, but I wanted to talk today about why so many manifestation teachers talk about feeling it real or putting emphasis on feeling the feelings you would expect to feel when you receive your manifestation or move into the reality, shift into the reality where your manifestation is showing itself in the 3D. Because I don't think it's what you or most of you would have heard or have extrapolated. Is that a word? Do this a lot. Extrapolated meaning? Close enough. I don't think it's what most of you will have extrapolated from what they are talking about. So I wanted to clarify that now because it is actually something that came up in a conversation with one of the girls who's living in the villa, same villa that I'm living in Bali at the moment. And so it felt like something that needed to be spoken about. Before I continue with the video, hey legends, I'm Cerise. I'm your self-agency and manifestation mentor, and I help you decipher the nuances of manifestation from both the law of assumption and the law of attraction, because a lot of the information out there is either overcomplicated or oversimplified. And I've learned a lot of things the hard way, so you don't have to, so that we can all manifest smarter, not harder. If you like anything I say in this video or it helps anything click for you, don't forget to like, share, comment, and or subscribe. It helps push my videos out to more people. And if you'd like to comment to help me with the algorithm, but you don't know what to comment, just put a sparkle emoji. Well, because we're creating literal real life fucking magic on this channel. So this is my current setup. Hopefully the lighting's okay. As soon as I had sort of gotten myself ready to record a video, it started raining for the first time in like 3 or 4 days. It is wet season in Bali though, so um, that's fine. But the lighting is not quite as bright as I would have liked. So when I was talking on the poolside with this girl that I am in the same villa as, she was asking me a lot of questions because she knows what I do about feelings, and talking about how Joe Dispenza and Abraham Hicks and everyone talk about feeling, or, even Neville Goddard talks about feeling it real, right? And what kind of came to me as we were having the discussion was, because we already know, right, from my past videos and the video that I'm going to put on the end card, that it's not your feelings that manifest. And again, I talk about the function of the feelings in terms of steering you along the most efficient route to your manifestation in that video that's on the end card. But the purpose of feeling it now, the feeling that you expect to feel when you experience in the 3D your manifestation, the reason why these teachers talk about it so much is not because that's how you will feel when you get it. Although it can be the way you feel when you get it if you haven't felt it enough in your imagination and your physiology prior to the moment of it happening. But what they're really wanting to do is to get you to work that feeling out of your system so that by the time your manifestation shows up in the 3D, in the physical world, it feels very normal for you to have that thing, because you've already felt all the like nerves and the excitement or the anxiety, which are two sides of the same coin. You've already felt all of that enough times to work that out of your system to a degree, so that when your manifestation comes to fruition in the 3D, manifests in the physical world, you are less likely to self sabotage by either becoming anxious and chasing it because you're fearful of losing it, or when things start to happen on the way to receiving it, or you moving into the reality where it happens, where you experience it in the 3D, stop you from avoiding, like keeping it at bay, pushing it away, whether it's a thing, person, or situation, before it even has a chance to show up. Those are the most common ways that people self sabotage their manifestations. So, what those practices are really doing are getting you to the point of the novelty has worn off. So, think of a tangible thing. Have you probably used this example in a YouTube video before? But think about a tangible thing that you've been really excited about having. and then you finally own it and you might use it all the time when you first get it. But then after a few weeks or a few months, it's normal for that item to be just part of the furniture or something that you have, right? It's not like you are excited all the time, like every single time you use it. I always use the coffee machine example, but let's use in this instance, I use the coffee machine example because I live in Melbourne and coffee's big and people love their cafe style coffees and being able to create foam art at home or whatever. But the novelty eventually wears off and then they just use it to make normal fucking coffees. It's just like when they made instant coffee by that point, right? The novelty is worn off. But, you know, some people might be excited about a fucking waffle press because they usually go to a cafe or something to have this stack of waffles. And then they get a waffle press and they make waffles every morning for a week and then they're kind of over having waffles. I mean, it's good that the waffle press is there because sometimes they may want a waffle, but they don't need to have a waffle as much as they felt they needed like that that craving for a waffle when they couldn't have it as easily as when they have a waffle press at home. I hope that's making sense. So that is really what those practices in terms of feeling it real or imagining the feeling of receiving it or whatever are about. It's not that your feelings manifest, although they do help create more deep-rooted beliefs, good or bad. And that's why people can feel like they have much more resistance to things they have an emotional attachment to that they're manifesting, is because there is an emotion attached to it. So when you are doing your mini manifestation list, when you first come to this and you want to prove manifestation to yourself, and you decide that you want to see a donkey with a fucking hat on. Yes, I've heard that story as something someone has done to prove manifestation to themselves. It showed up as a donkey. Remember, things happen via the path of least resistance, right? So if they'd persisted, they would have seen a donkey in real life with a hat on, but they saw a donkey on a birthday card in a card shop with a hat on. They let go of the how and the when of how they were going to experience it, and they did. So a mini manifestation list is easier because these are things you don't have emotional attachments to. So they're all well and good for proving manifestation to yourself so that you can believe in it a bit more. But when it comes to the things that you really want, things that you want to the point of feeling like you need them or you can't be happy, those are things that have an emotional attachment to them, deep rooting the thoughts around that thing within your physiology. And that is why my manifestation sheet notes are so important. Most definitely nervous system regulation, but they all work together synergistically. So when you can create a cool, calm, collected baseline nervous system, which doesn't mean that you never feel any negative feelings because those are there to steer you, you are already creating that neutrality within your nervous system about the thing that you want so that you need it less, which removes a lot of that resistance. And you kind of program in, attach that novelty is already worn off feeling to the thing that you want. So when it comes in, your excitement or anxiety, again, two sides of the same coin, don't get kicked up. And that self sabotaging behavior is less likely to kick in. So I hope that clarifies things for you. This is probably a shorter video than usual because I didn't really need to say too much. It's not your feelings that manifest. It's not that you're supposed to feel necessarily the way you would feel to have something that you may never have been able to have or hold on to or like experience in a stable, safe feeling way before, although it does help with that. But it's really about working all of that heightened energy, again, whether excitement or anxiousness, out of your system in regard to your manifestation. So when it comes in, you feel a lot more neutral and you are less likely to self sabotage.